You don't need to chase youth to be attractive. With time, real power shifts. From appearance to presence. From noise to silence. From the face you show to the energy you carry. See, younger men rely on looks, trends, and validation. But older men, the ones who've been broken, rebuilt, and tested, they carry something different. It's not the hair, the muscles, or the money. It's the quiet certainty in their eyes, the way they move through a room without needing to prove anything. And women feel that, deeply. It's not always spoken, but it's sensed. In how they glance at you, how they listen, how they linger just a little longer. If you've ever wondered why you draw attention without trying, or why younger men subtly look up to you, this will explain it. Because this isn't about being handsome, it's about being undeniable. Here are 8 signs you're far more attractive than you realize, especially as a man who's learned to master himself. Number 1, your presence turns heads. You don't need to speak for a room to feel you. When a man who's lived, truly lived, walks in, the air shifts. It's subtle, no flashing lights, no loud entrances, just a quiet authority that demands respect without asking for it. That's presence. It isn't something you buy. It isn't something you fake. It's something that's forged, in silence, in scars, in years of walking through storms without losing your center. The way you carry yourself, the stillness in your eyes, the way your shoulders don't rush to fill space. All of it whispers a story people can feel. You see, attraction isn't just about how a man looks. It's about how he moves through the world. Youth shouts, but maturity echoes. A young man may have sharp features, but an older man with presence can make a crowded room fall quiet without saying a word. And women notice. Not just because you look good, but because you radiate grounded energy. It's rare, it's magnetic, and when your presence carries weight, people don't just glance. They sense. They feel you before they even understand why. That's real attractiveness, not the kind that fades with age, the kind that deepens with it. Number 2, you carry yourself with confidence. There's a kind of calm that only comes from walking through fire and surviving it. You've been through life, the wins, the failures, the heartbreaks. And somewhere along the way, you stopped needing to prove yourself. That's where real confidence begins. You no longer chase approval. You no longer perform. You move through the world with quiet certainty. The kind that doesn't need an audience. It's in your walk, measured and deliberate. In your handshake, firm but never forced. In your eyes, steady, unwavering, as if you've seen enough of life to no longer be impressed or intimidated. Younger men often try to mimic this. They raise their voices, puff their chests, wear confidence like armor. But what they're missing is depth. The kind that comes from pain, discipline, and stillness. You've learned that real power isn't loud, it's controlled. When a man knows who he is, the world feels it. People listen when you speak, not because you demand attention, but because your energy commands it. That's the difference between noise and presence, between arrogance and self-mastery. You don't fake confidence, you embody it, because you've earned it, through experience, through endurance, through the kind of growth only silence teaches. That's what makes you magnetic. Not your words, your weight. Number 3, the beauty of time. Those gray strands in your hair, those lines around your eyes. They're not flaws. They're proof. Proof that you've lived, that you've fought battles no one saw, that you've endured what younger men can't yet imagine. The world tells men to stay young forever. But wisdom doesn't come from smooth skin. It comes from scars, the visible and the invisible ones. You see, age doesn't take away your power. It refines it. The boy who once needed to be noticed has evolved into a man who no longer chases attention. You don't need filters or validation, because what you carry can't be replicated. Presence, patience, and control. To a certain kind of woman, the ones who crave depth, not drama, your grey hair speaks louder than any compliment. It tells her you've built resilience, that your calm isn't an act, it's earned. You're not trying to impress anyone. You've already made peace with who you are, and that peace radiates stronger than youth ever could. A rugged face, a seasoned gaze. These are marks of a man who's been tested and didn't break. Time hasn't dulled you, it's sharpened you. Because real masculinity doesn't fade with age. It matures, quietly, confidently, and without apology. Number 4, the discipline of self-respect. You don't need to look 25 to be magnetic. What draws people in isn't youth, it's discipline. It's the quiet pride of a man who takes care of himself, not to impress, but because he respects the body and mind that carry him through life. You rise early, you train, you eat clean, you maintain order in the small things. Your posture, your grooming, your space. That's not vanity, that's alignment. Every action whispers the same message. I'm in control. When you walk into a room, it's not your clothes that speak first. It's your energy, the calm steadiness in your eyes, the grounded way you move, the subtle sharpness of a man who values himself. Women notice that instantly. They can sense when a man's strength isn't just physical, it's spiritual. Taking care of yourself is a form of stoicism in motion. You're not chasing beauty, you're maintaining balance. You're saying to the world, I'm the guardian of my own temple. And that energy, that quiet discipline, will always command more respect than any designer suit or youthful face ever could. Because attraction isn't about looking perfect. It's about being centered. And when a man lives with order, in his habits, his thoughts, his appearance, he doesn't need to demand attention. It naturally gravitates toward him. Number 5. The calm that draws people in. When you've lived long enough, you stop trying to impress people, and that's exactly when they start gravitating toward you. Women smile more easily around you, not because you're chasing attention, but because your energy gives them permission to relax. You carry no rush, no desperate need to prove your worth. There's a quiet steadiness about you, the kind that younger men try to fake but can never sustain. It's not the words you say, it's the space you hold. You listen more than you speak. You make people feel seen without needing anything in return. That's rare. And women, whether they're waitresses, co-workers, or strangers in passing, can feel that energy immediately. It's grounding, it's magnetic. Maturity teaches a man patience, the art of stillness amid noise. You've learned not to react to every moment, not to fill silence with empty talk, and that calm becomes its own form of confidence. Women sense safety in that. They sense presence. They sense power. You don't need charm. You don't need lines. You just need to be. Because when a man stands rooted in his own peace, his presence becomes a shelter in a chaotic world. And that, more than looks, status, or youth, is what draws people in and keeps them there. Number 6, your style speaks before you do. You don't have to announce yourself when your presence already does the talking. A well-fitted shirt, a clean blazer, a watch that tells more than time. These are not about vanity. They're about self-respect. Mature men understand that style is not just clothing, it's communication. Every detail, from the shoes you wear to the way your sleeves are rolled, says something about how you see yourself and how you move through the world. When you dress with intention, you command quiet respect. You stand out. Not because you're loud, but because you're refined. The world is full of noise, but a man who looks put together without trying too hard projects calm authority. Women notice that instantly. It tells them you value yourself. You pay attention. You have standards. Style is energy. It reflects discipline and pride. Not arrogance, but awareness. The crispness of your shirt, the polish of your shoes, the way your clothes fit your posture, all speak to the life you've built and the confidence you've earned. So when you walk into a room, you don't need to say a word. Your presence tells your story. Because true style doesn't chase trends. It reveals character. And when a man's style aligns with his substance, that's when attraction becomes inevitable. Number 7. Younger men show you quiet respect. When younger men pause and listen when you speak, when they mirror the way you dress, the tone of your voice, or even how you carry yourself, that's not coincidence. That's silent respect. It's the recognition of presence, earned not through force, but through experience. You see, authority isn't about dominance. It's about energy. Calm, grounded, unshakable energy. When you've been through enough storms, you stop needing to prove yourself. You don't raise your voice. You don't compete for attention. And that quiet assurance, it commands more respect than any loud display ever could. Younger men sense that. They see the steadiness in your eyes. They hear it in the way you speak. Measured, deliberate, controlled. To them, you represent what they're still searching for. Mastery over self. And women notice this dynamic too. They see how others defer to you, how your presence subtly shivers the room. It's not intimidation, it's influence. The kind that comes from a man who knows who he is and doesn't need validation to prove it. That's what real power looks like. It's not in your words, it's in the silence that follows them. And when you carry that kind of presence, younger men respect you and everyone else feels it. Number 8. Younger women flirt in subtle ways. Sometimes it's not what they say. It's how they look at you. A longer glance, a playful remark, finding reasons to cross your path again. These aren't coincidences. They're quiet signals. You see, younger women are often drawn to something beyond surface attraction. It's the energy you carry. Calm, grounded, magnetic. You don't chase. You don't seek validation. You simply exist with purpose and quiet authority. That's rare and deeply attractive. They sense your confidence, but more than that, your control. You've lived, you've learned. You're not trying to impress anyone, and that maturity creates a gravitational pull that no amount of youth can fake. To her, you're not just another man. You're stability wrapped in mystery. You're the one who listens more than he talks. The one who doesn't get lost in noise because he's already found his peace. And that's why she flirts differently with you. It's softer, more intentional. She's not testing your ego. She's drawn to your presence. So when you notice it happening, don't overthink it. Just know this. True attractiveness doesn't fade with age. It evolves. And if you carry yourself with strength and stillness, you've already become what most men spend a lifetime chasing.